Hi everyone, this is 1 Year to Make a Movie, week 30. When I started this project in January last year, the idea was to finally do something about my dreams. It was more than just doing a project. It was about throwing myself into a change of career.
You just picture your life for me? 30 years from now, 40 years from now? What's it look like?
Creating my own experience and do something that will make me happy professionally. A few weeks later, I lost my mom. It's the toughest time of my young life. And the reason I haven't posted anything in the last few weeks is because, unfortunately, my dad got sick too and he passed away just over a year after my mom. I'm 38 years old and I don't have parents anymore. When you say it like this, it is very, very weird. But for me, thinking that they will never be able to see the result of this change I've started is as sad as losing them. It also means that I have to work harder now. I feel like I need to push more. They taught me to never give up, and I owe them that. And yet today, I don't want to talk about the project because coming back to reality after a few days with his family and the funeral, the world has changed once more.
A day of anti-racism demonstrations is underway across the country.
I'm here because there's been 437 deaths in custody since 1991.
Tens of thousands of people pushing for change without saying a single word.
It's amazing. I mean, I think it's beautiful that the community's coming together.
The Black Lives Matter protests have become a global movement, and protesters have also joined together in global dance movements.
So when they say, why do you burn down the community? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours. We don't own anything. There's a social contract that we all have, that if you steal or if I steal, then the person who is the authority comes in and they fix the situation. But the person who fixes the situation is killing us. So the social contract is broken.
Personally, I am quite annoyed with labels. I hate the fact that we use the words black, white, Arab, Latinos. I find it annoying because to me, we are one race. And this is not a belief, but an actual discovery we made many, many years ago. We find out that we are all coming from one root, the Homo sapiens. Same DNA, same everything. In terms of genetics, among the humans, the word race has no sense. But I am naive. And the reason I am naive is because I am a person with a white skin, living in a country predominantly with white-skinned people. When I was a kid, going to a nightclub was not easy. You had to dress a certain way, not being too drunk and basically look the part. Although some clubs were less strict than others. One night I was out with friends and spontaneously we decided to go clubbing. I didn't have the proper shoes, but because of where we were going, I was not worried. Another friend of the group had the same issue, not the right shoes, and he said he would never get in. I remember telling him, no, this club is cool, don't worry about it. But he said, I am black, it's different for me. I was shocked by that statement because I was just a kid, but he was right. He couldn't get in. Well, I could have. As the year went by, I witnessed it over and over, a different treatment to people based on the color of their skin. And by the way, this bouncer was not necessarily racist in the sense that he believed people with black skin are less important. He just assumed that my friend was more trouble. It was subconscious, which is worse. For many years, we have implemented certain ideas or impressions in our minds thanks to the media, the news, the film, or the politicians.
You're wasting your time.
Really?
These clients of yours, these rappers, they look like gang members.
What kind of work do you do? An individual of your particular ethnic persuasion.
And just because you see a black man driving in a nice car does not mean it's stolen.
This is my point. It's fear that threatens rational thought.
However, I personally don't believe in protesting, especially in a violent way. Because even if these protests are definitely legitimate, and yes, enough is enough, they won't erase decades of subconscious thinking. They won't change the minds of people who are already thinking a certain way. Or even worse, it could create more division. Them against us type of thing which works both sides. We can see it happening already. You might find it weird that I put these two subjects within the same video. The truth is, my dad was a gendarme and he had an amazing career. For me, it is tough to see the police in France or in the UK accused of being racist or systematically using a different approach towards people with black skin. Because this is not what I know or I grew up with, but that doesn't make it less weird. I believe any big issues in our society should be tackled at education level and not in the streets. But saying this, if this protest can lead to a change of laws, like the way police officers are trained, including stronger psychological tests to start with, but also through their career, then perhaps it is worth it. I just remember what my dad used to say. Police officers were much more respected back in the day. Well, maybe the majority of them gave us reason to trust and respect them, and perhaps the majority doesn't anymore. Same applies to politicians. Police officers are humans, and of course they have thoughts, emotions, opinions, and we cannot expect them to be like machines. But for me, a police officer should look like this.
Yesterday you have a problem with blacks, tomorrow it's Hispanics, Thursday you hate Asians.
I got a list of people I hate. But you tell me one time when I was in my uniform, I didn't do everything I could to help the brothers, or the essays, or some trash-faced Patty when he needed it. One time, Faith, gays included.